a thief, all running around on the streets, but you might have a clue. The police need to change that.
Here are Fox Toledo's Most Wanted. Let's start with the sketch Toledo police really want you to study. Cops say this is a rapist. Investigators say he assaulted a 13-year-old girl last Friday. He's a black male, medium skin color, 5'5" to 6 feet tall. Police say he's in his mid-20s or maybe 30s. And one thing cops really want to point out is that he has puffy cheeks. One day earlier, a body found in a car on Midway Plaisance near Marmion in central Toledo. The victim, 26-year-old David Joyner. The car was running, parked along the curb, the windows intact, and one door open. Police say it looks like Joyner had been shot multiple times. And finally, take a look at this video. The guy goes to the In-N-Out Mart on West Alexis. He hands the clerk some pennies and asks for a quarter. When the cash drawer is open, the suspect grabs the cash from that drawer. That's when he takes off. Now, if you know anything that could solve any of those crimes, here's the number for Crime Stopper, 419-255-1111. Of course, you can help catch America's Most Wanted, too. AMW airs at 9 o'clock tomorrow night right here on Fox Toledo. And earlier this week, our Allison Brown got a chance to chat with the show's host, John Walsh.
We are joined now by John Walsh from America's Most Wanted. John, a pretty intense month here on the show. You visited Cambodia.
Well, this month, the whole month, I've devoted to crimes against children on an international level. And I've got to say I've seen a lot of rough stuff in the 23 years I've been doing America's Most Wanted, but Cambodia will leave an impression on me forever. I saw some things there very disturbing. Westerners exploiting small children for years. Westerners, Americans, Europeans have known that they could, pedophiles, that they could go to Cambodia, literally buy small children, use small children, sexually abuse small children, and get away with it. Pay off police, pay off judges, and come back to their countries and function as normal. So I've always felt that our garbage that goes to Cambodia should be held accountable for exploiting Cambodian children.
Absolutely, and we understand you were undercover in a bar. What was it like to be there and watch this go on and not be able to intervene?
Very, very difficult. I knew it would be really hard. I went with a really terrific friend of mine, a British cop, and I had a U.S. Marshal with me, so I know the pimps in Cambodia are very violent, but I didn't think we were in any danger. But the toughest thing was to see that within 3 minutes, a madam came up to me. There's pimps all around. There's hundreds of girls. And they said right away, what do you want? Do you want little girls? Do you want little boys? Do you want 6, 7, 10, 12? What's your preference? And you see these kids and you just want to grab them. You just want to run out the door and say, look, I'm going to save you. Very, very tough business. And I went to a Cambodian prison. Very few people are allowed in a Cambodian prison. Terrible conditions. 12, 14 guys. You'll see it on the show. Jammed in a cell, humid, hot, very little food. But the 2 British pedophiles that were waiting for trial that I talked to were only complaining about the conditions, not the fact that they had been caught having sex with children, and they both believed they could buy their way out of that prison. Things have to change there, and it's the Westerners that create this trade.
Yeah, what was that like to speak with the Westerners and to know what they had done and not have that remorse?
It's appalling and disgusting. I'm the father of a murdered child, and see these guys who come over and exploit the poverty, buy children from their parents, or use these children brutally and discard them like garbage. I went to an orphanage where a former child prostitute, a wonderful woman named Somali Mom, had 30 little girls and 3 boys there. The boys had been just cast off as garbage and left out on the roadside after they were used. But she got these girls out of the hands of these pimps. One girl had her eye gouged out by a pimp with a knife as punishment. Another girl had been kept in a cage for 3 months. I'm talking 6-year-old girls. And I said that this woman is doing God's work. But it is Westerners who pay for this. It is Westerners to exploit these children. And the #1 country for sex trafficking of minors is the United States. We have plenty of problems here with immigrant populations that are being exploited by American men in the United States. So I think it's a worldwide problem. I try to show some light on it. I believe the white-hot spotlight of America's Most Wanted changes things, and I hope it will change the way law enforcement deals with these creeps in Cambodia.
Absolutely, and something we also see here in Northwest Ohio, like you said, a big problem in the United States as well, here in Toledo. John Walsh, thank you so much. America's Most Wanted on right before Fox Toledo on Saturdays at 9 o'clock. Thanks so much, John.
Thanks for having me.